Hello, welcome back. In this video, we're going to look at how to use Google Docs to create and manage your CV. Google Docs is a free online word processor that we can use to type, edit and manage our CV. So we're going to look at using Google Docs to manage your CV from 2 points of view. One, we're going to look at managing it from your email account. So if your CV was on your email, how we're going to use Google Docs to manage that. And also we're going to look at creating a CV from scratch. So from a template which is provided on your Moodle training account. So firstly, we're going to look at managing your CV from your emails. Okay, so to manage our CV from our email account, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my emails using my Gmail account. So I come up here to where it has Gmail and I click and I input my email address. gmail.com and then I input my password. Next. Okay, so that brings me into my email. So I have an incoming email here that has my CV attached. So I just going to click to open up the email and I can see here, there's my CV. So what I'd like to do is save it to my drive. So a drive, all that means it's a storage space within your Google account you can use to store documents. So I just bring my mouse here and you'll notice just on the CV, you'll see this little icon here, add to drive. So I'm simply going to click that. And what that does, it adds it to your drive. Okay, so now we're going to look at how to access the drive. So I don't need to close my emails. What I can do is I come up here, you'll see 9 dots. So I'm just simply going to click on the 9 dots and I can click drive. So it's the green, yellow, blue icon here. So when my drive opens up, I'll be able to see that I have my CV saved from my emails. So there it is. So that's how we save our CV from our emails into our drive. It's as easy as that. So your drive is your storage area if you want in your Google account. So I'm just going to double click to open it up and you'll see it opens up. So if I want to edit it, if I want to edit my CV, make any changes, I click here, open with Google Docs. Okay, so once I click that, you can see the CV opens. So what I can do to save it as a Google Doc is I must come up to File, down to Save as Google Docs. So I must click there, Save as Google Docs. And now my CV will be saved as a Google Doc. So it'll actually be saved, which means I can edit at any point. If I want to make any editing or changes to my CV, I can do so. Let's, for example, I just want to highlight this text and I want to make it bold. So that's my B up here, bold. I can do so. And that means you don't have to keep saving it. You've saved it once and every change you make, it will save. And it still retains the name that you've given it. Okay, so once I'm finished editing my CV, I can close here and I can close here. And if I go back to close here and close here. So that means my CV is now saved in Google Drive as a Google Doc. So let's try it again. I come over to my 9 dots. I come down to Drive. And when it loads up, you will see there's the CV that I brought in from my emails, but this is my Google Doc CV. I know it's Google Doc because that's the icon for Google Doc. It looks like a blue square with white lines. So I'm just going to double click to open it up. And now you can see it's saved nice and safe in your Google Drive. So I'm just going to close it again here. So we can easily open and close your CV, making small changes if you wish, and close. Okay, let's say for example now what you want to do is you want to send your CV by email to a job application. I'll just show you how easy it is to send your CV directly from your Google Drive. So I'm just going to click on Gmail here. So Gmail brings me back into the front page of my emails. So I'm going to send an email by clicking Compose. And I want to send it, let's say for example, to a job application. In this case, I'm just going to send it to and the subject is job. Now you would also include a cover letter. So your cover letter could be here in your body of your email. And on this course, you will learn how to construct a cover letter, a really good cover letter. And that is in the Job Search Smart module. So when you have that covered and you know how to do a good cover letter, you could type your cover letter in here. But what we want to do is attach our CV. Okay, so down in the bottom, you will see a little sign here, and it's your Drive. So you can actually attach your CV directly from your Drive. So I'm just going to click on the little Drive icon here, and you will see your CV is just here. So that's the one that we've just been looking at there. So I just click on it and I click Insert. So what it does is it attaches my CV after you type your cover letter and you have who you're sending it to, the subject, and then you attach. As I said, you attach using the little Drive, choose your CV and then simply click Send, and the CV will go to the email address you've specified here in your email. So once you click Send, an option will come up. What would you like to do? Share with one person? Can they view it, comment or edit it? Make sure to leave that on view. So make sure what you want them to do is just to view your CV. You don't want them to edit or give any access to editing on your CV. So then we simply click Send. So once you've sent your CV, you can actually go into your sent items here in your email, and you can double check that it has successfully been sent. Next, we're going to look at creating your CV from scratch using the template that is shared on Moodle. We have created a CV template in Google Docs for you to use, and you will see this in your module. So you will see a link. Click CV template in Google Docs, and when we click on that link, it'll bring you into the template, and we will look at how to do your CV from there. Okay, so this is the link that we want, and I'm just going to click on it now. Okay, once I click on the link, what opens up you will see is the CV template. Now you will need to sign in order to use the template. Okay, so we're going to sign in over here in the blue sign in section. So I just click on the button to sign in, and I can sign in with my Gmail account. And click next, and then we pop in the password. Okay, so that logs us into our account. So you may already be logged into your account, but just in case you're not, that's where you can log in. So there you can see there's your template ready to use. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to save the template. So I want to save it, so it's in my own name. So how I do that is I come up and I click File, and I want to make a copy. Because this is a generic template, you need to make a copy for yourself. So File, click Make a Copy, and then I put in my own name and CV. So my own name, first name and last name, and CV. Just ensure to make sure your first name and second name is in capital letters at the beginning, and the word CV is in capitals. And then I click OK. So this brings me into my CV there. Now I can edit. Okay, so as I mentioned previously, Google Docs is very easy to use. It's a basic word processor. You'll see up the top here, the first thing you'll notice is the name you've just given it, your own name and CV. Next, you will notice what we call a menu along the top. We're not going to be using many of these features, just maybe one or two. You will also notice a toolbar here along the top. Again, we may use a couple of the features or maybe not. Down here in the body of the document, you will see the template is typed out, and we're going to be replacing this with our own text. So we're going to be making our CV here in Google Docs with our own text. So in order to edit the text, I can simply click just after where I want to change, and I can use the backspace on my keyboard to delete text that already exists, and I can type in my own name. And then you can do the same with each line. So you can just take out the text using backspace. And so you can see how you can just keep taking out the text. 15. Okay. If you don't want text in it, you can just simply delete it all out, and that will get rid of it for you. So then you can pop in your mobile number. And again, you can just type it in. And also your email address. So your email address then. @gmail.com. Okay, so that's the first part. So you can see how easy it is using the template to complete your CV. Again, you can just take out the text that's here to pop in your skills profile. and it can take your time. Okay, so we can keep adding to our CV, taking text out and replacing it with our own. So we can continue on filling in our CV as per the template with our own details. Now remember, if you're not confident with typing your CV, that is absolutely no problem. You can contact Empower. Any of our staff, our local employment staff, we have people that can help with the typing up of your CV. So don't feel that you have to do it yourself. There is help and support from Empower available to do this. There are some adjustments we can make to our text if we wish. We can format text. So that means changing the look and style of text. So for example, if I want to embolden some text, I can simply click and drag and highlight text. And then if you see here, bold, if I click bold, you'll see the text stands out a bit more. That's what I mean by bold. So anything that we want to change, we must highlight first and then we click the option. So that might be an example of some text editing. Google Docs will continually save your CV. You don't have to keep saving it at all. So you've given it a name already. So that means it will save. So when you're done editing your CV, you can simply close it down by clicking the X up here. So that will close your CV web page down. So when you want to access your CV again, I'll show you how to do that. So we've closed it down and then we want to go back at a later point. So what I do is I'm signed in. I'm signed into my Google account. And you see there's 9 dots just here. So I click on the 9 dots and I must come down to Drive. So it looks like this triangle, yellow, green, blue, and I click on Drive. So my CV will be saved in my Drive. So we can see it right there. And I just click on it and it opens up again. So if I want to edit anything in my CV on Google Docs, I can open it from here in my Drive. I can make an edit. Anything I'd like to change, add in, take out. And when I'm done, don't forget it keeps saving. So when I'm finished my editing, I just simply close the web page down and you can see it's there. It's going to always be there in your Drive. Okay, in this video, we looked at managing your CV from your email. So when you get a CV incoming into your email, how to save to your Google Drive, how to open your CV, make small edits and close your CV. We also looked at sending your CV as an attachment by email to apply for jobs. We also looked at how to create a CV from the very beginning from a template, using the template that is on the Moodle module. And just a reminder, Empower staff are here to help in constructing, editing, or changing your CV. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.